Good afternoon, my name is Randy Conrad. This is for my speech class, and here's my audience. They are all live people. There we go. Well, again, my name is Randy Conrad, and I just want to be able to give you a little speech today on Germany to open up with Einigkeit und Freiheit und Freiheit. Those 5 words have come to symbolize the unofficial motto of Germany. Simply translated, they mean unity, freedom, and justice. As we all know, Germany has a sordid past, a sordid history of what it means to be Germans. They have gone through some of the most vile and infamous times in history, but they have also some of the most celebrated and best times as a country as well. They have taken those 5 words to symbolize what they hope will be the future of their nation. Over the next few minutes, I would like to take you on a small trip and journey through Germany, its history, its culture, and even its future. As a person whose descendants and has some family ancestry who have immigrated from Germany to America, it has been my dream to one day be able to go to Germany and to enjoy all that it has to offer. Think about the Holocaust, the Olympics, the food, all things that we would love to enjoy when it comes to Germany. Over the past week, while doing some light, fun reading through the Encyclopedia Britannica, I learned that the German Empire was founded on January 18th, 1871, the aftermath of 3 successful wars of the northern German state of Prussia. This period was one of unrest and unease between the German people because there was such a difference of class and economy between the people. They really, truly didn't enjoy or like one another. This period lasted approximately 43 years. 43 years that the German Empire was against each other because of the ways that they didn't get along. According to the website Britannica.com, which I accessed on June 8th, 2018, many Germans experienced a sense of bonding that eluded them since the founding of the empire. Differences of class, religion, and politics seemed to disappear as Germans flocked to their city centers to show their enthusiastic support for the upcoming conflict. Unfortunately for the German people, these feelings of community and euphoria would not last very long. Germany suffered a great defeat during World War I and faced sanctions and the dismantling of their country. It was during this post-war period that a familiar name came to power. The infamous Adolf Hitler had his rise to leadership after this time frame. Adolf Hitler seized on the fragility that the country had and found it his perfect time to assert his power and his leadership over the German people. While many of us may know of Adolf Hitler and we know of what he stood for with Nazism and the Holocaust, what many of us don't realize is that the German people at the time did not support nor want Nazism. They were not great supporters of Adolf Hitler. But what they did want as a people, what they did hope for, was to see their race and superiority of the German people once again raised up. After the war, they had felt a loss. They wanted something better for themselves. Sadly, these very ideals are what led to the Holocaust, the most evil and pervasive murder and cleansing of a people group to have ever occurred in history. Their desire to see what they had once had rise up again allowed Adolf Hitler to seize on that and then take over and do everything that he did to the Jewish people. Thankfully, in May of 1945, due to the unconditional surrender by Germany to the Allied military, Hitler and his Nazi reign came to an end, which brought about the rebuilding of the German Empire. The Encyclopedia Britannica puts it this way: the physical devastation from Allied bombing campaigns and from ground battles was enormous. An estimated 1/4 of the country's housing was destroyed or damaged beyond use. And in many cities, they say it was upwards of 50% of everything around was completely destroyed. All because of what Hitler wanted to have happen. With such a sordid past and a bleak outlook for the future, it's a wonder that Germany was able to overcome their history and become a favorite place for tourists. But it happened. Much of Germany's tourism comes from the history that they have. Much of their tourism comes from people wanting to see and view the Holocaust, to see the concentration camps, to be able to understand what happened during that time. But that isn't the whole part of their tourism. A lot of their tourism has come now from the cultural side, from the arts and culture and food, music, and more. According to the German Tourism Board website, which I accessed on June 8, 2018, to speak of Germany as a nation of culture in the 21st century is to talk of a mature and continuously developing living organism, whose variety is astounding, unsettling, indeed often taxing, with names such as Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms. We've all heard of, if not perhaps even listened to, some of the amazing culture that has come out of Germany. From their past to their future, German culture is continuing to thrive and to grow. And if one believes their tourism board, which we would assume they're hopefully telling the truth of, the growth shows no sign of stopping with their culture. They're continuing to move past their past and looking towards their future. Growth is not simply limited to tourism, not simply limited to what had happened in the past in their history, but their growth is also going on to even their economic front. According to the website Reuters.com, which I accessed on June 11, 2018, Germany's gross domestic product